Hello, my name is Gib Kerr, and I'm the training officer for the Lake Monticello Water Safety Patrol, and I'm also a boating safety instructor for the Department of Wildlife Resources for the state of Virginia. Welcome to Lake Monticello's Marina. As a Lake Monticello homeowner or associate tenant, we hope you enjoy our 350 acres of lake and coves. But before you jump in, you'll need to know Virginia boating laws and Chapter 6.04 of the LMOA's Policy Manual. This 10-minute video is designed to get you acquainted with LMOA's water safety policies and serves as a study guide for the boater's exam. If you are 16 years or older, you may operate a motorboat on Lake Monticello, provided you successfully complete the Lake Monticello boater's exam once every 5 years. Now, youth between the age of 12 and under the age of 16 may independently operate a motorboat if the motor is not stronger than 10 horsepower and if they have a parent or guardian's permission. They may operate a motorboat with a stronger horsepower than 10 if they're under the direct supervision of an adult who has successfully completed the Lake Monticello's boater's exam and who is able to take immediate control of the boat. In order to put your motorboat or manually propelled watercraft on our lake, you will need to register it with the marina. Now, only LMOA property owners and tenant associates are eligible to put their boat on our waters. You can find the Lake Monticello Boater's Exam, registration form, and study guide by logging into our website, lmoa.org. Click on the Amenities tab and select the Marina tab. Now, to pass, you will need to answer 85% of the questions correctly. LMOA also strongly recommends that all boat operators take the Virginia Boating Safety Education course to familiarize themselves with Virginia laws. This course is offered free of charge by the Water Safety Patrol periodically. Our friendly marina staff is happy to answer any questions you may have. Now, I would like to introduce our Department of Public Safety Officer, David Wells.
Our Department of Public Safety and the Volunteer Water Safety Patrol work to keep our lake safe. Each of us has our own pontoon boat for patrolling the lake. Please keep in mind the owner of the boat is responsible for what happens on their boat, regardless of who is operating the vessel. Operators and passengers who fail to abide by LMOA regulations or state laws are considered to be in violation of policy. This can lead to fines or revocation of boating privileges. Violations of the laws of the Commonwealth may also result in criminal proceedings. The following practices are considered reckless or negligent under LMOA policy: following another boat towing a person or device at a distance less than 50 yards, cutting in front of a boat at a distance less than 50 yards, landing water skiers directly onto the shore, beach, or dock without first coming to a gradual stop in the water at least 2 feet deep, purposely maneuvering toward any watercraft or person and veer away at the last moment for whatever reason, riding on the bow, gunwale, or stern of any motorboat while underway, towing a skier, skiers, or aquaplaner into or out of any cove, access area, or other restricted area marked by warning buoys. Tubers are permitted to be towed at slow speed in coves. Power slides. Operating any vessel while intoxicated. State law makes it a crime to operate in a reckless manner so as to endanger life, limb, or property of any person. All boaters must look out for warning flags. They will be posted on the main dam and at all LMOA beaches. Red and white flags means the lake is closed to all boats except emergency vessels. Blue and white flags means slow speed, 5 miles per hour, for all boats. When displayed on a boat, an orange flag indicates that a person is in the water nearby. Please use caution. Red with diagonal white stripe flag indicates a diver is in the water. Keep clear, 75 feet. The buoys placed in the lake and its coves are designed for the safety of boaters and swimmers and the protection of property. The buoys are numbered counterclockwise, beginning at the main dam. Privately anchored or moored buoys are not permitted on Lake Monticello. Islands or dive platforms or multi-person floats are not permitted to be permanently anchored on Lake Monticello. Designated turnaround buoys are located near the east and west ends of the lake. All boats using the lake after sunset and before sunrise must use proper navigational lighting. Persons under the age of 16 shall wear an approved U.S. Coast Guard life jacket in good condition, which is appropriately sized, while operating any boat on any waters of LMOA. Traffic flow travels around the lake counterclockwise. This is the starboard side toward the shore. If you need to cross the pattern, make sure the traffic is clear and it's safe to do so. You may not beach motorboats at any beach, but they can be moored at docks or slips. Manually propelled watercraft, like paddleboards, canoes, kayaks, may land temporarily at beaches outside of the roped areas. They also have the right-of-way, but never assume other boats see you. A collision with the motorboat can be fatal. You are required to have a life vest on board. If you are 16 or younger, you should wear it at all times. After dark, you're required to have a light or horn or whistle on board as well. The maximum speed allowed on Lake Monticello is 35 miles an hour during daylight hours. Between sunset and sunrise, the speed limit is less than 5 miles per hour, slow speed. In the coves and other areas, marked with no wake buoys, no wake speed must be observed at all times. No wake speed is the slowest possible speed required to maintain steerage and headway. At less than 50 feet from shore, dock, or swimming areas, no wake speed applies per state law. Slow speed is to be observed between 50 to 75 feet of any shore, dock, or swimming area. Motorboats shall operate with caution in the vicinity of any non-powered small watercraft, reducing speed as necessary to avoid the possibility of swamping or capsizing the small craft. In efforts to maintain a safe and enjoyable lake, only approved vessels and activities are permitted. Wake surfing, the act of intentionally creating an enhanced or excessive wake, personal watercraft, or novel water sports are prohibited. Please refer to Policy 6.04 for a complete list of approved vessels and activities. It is important not to introduce invasive species into our lake. Make sure your ballast tanks containing water from other lakes are emptied remotely before returning to Lake Monticello watershed. Do not release fish or plants into the lake, and do not dump litter, oil, or gasoline into the water. Swimming at night and swimming across the main body of the lake is extremely dangerous and therefore prohibited. There are no lifeguards on duty, so please understand that you swim at your own risk, and it's best not to swim alone. Swimming from a boat is allowed in designated coves, and swimmers should stay within 50 feet of their boats. Be sure to turn the boat engine off and anchor the boat away from the central channel of the cove and buoys so not to obstruct the view of the boaters. Fly an orange flag while swimmers are in the water, and a safety observer who is licensed to operate the boat must remain on board. Do not swim under boats or between boats that are tied together. Carry a throwable flotation device on board, keep noise levels down, and remember, multi-flotation floats are not permitted unless secured to the anchored boat's broadside. On days of good visibility, it is okay to participate in towed water sports between sunrise and sunset, but make sure there is a minimum of 2 persons on board, the boat operator and the observer who can communicate with hand signals. The person being towed must wear a Coast Guard approved life jacket designed for water skiing. When a towed person falls, fly an orange flag to indicate the person is down in the water. The orange flag should be at least 12 by 12, mounted on a pole, or held high enough to be visible to other boaters. If you see someone flying an orange flag, stay clear and look for people in the water. Tubing equipment is generally not made for speeds over 20 miles an hour. Unequal tow lines for multiple tows are not permitted. Finally, turn the motor off when loading or unloading people from your boat, since even in neutral, the motor's propeller can rotate and cause injury.
We strongly recommend that you take the boater safety class that is available online. The Water Safety Patrol offers that same course once or twice a year in person at Lake Monticello. This class is also offered at other locations. So we hope this video will help you to understand your responsibilities while enjoying our lake. Good luck on passing your Lake Monticello Boaters exam.